Hi everybody, and welcome to my review of Season 4, Episode 12 of Little Women Atlanta. If you have not seen this episode yet, this video will act like a spoiler, so you might want to watch this video later. Before I get started, I apologize for uploading this video so late. For the past 8 days, I had to go to work. I was scheduled for work, or I would get called in to cover for someone, so now this is finally my first day off in a minute. You know, I'll admit I have had some chances to work on this video after work, but I just get lazy and tired. I know I say this all the time. I'm gonna try to post the next video on time, and if I don't post that one on time, I apologize in advance. The name of this episode is Girl Power. Minnie, Amanda, Sam, and Sam's friend from high school, Nino, are playing pool. In the commentary, Sam says that Nino is in town for a few days, so she wanted to introduce him to some of the girls. Minnie and Amanda ask Nino how Sam was in high school, and somehow the conversation goes into the topic of Sam dating. Sam says that she didn't date until after high school. Minnie asks Nino if Sam has a boyfriend that they don't know about. Nino says that he's been waiting for Sam to get a boyfriend. Amanda asks Sam if she's been with a little person before. Sam says no, and she likes her men tall. Then Amanda says, what if that short man has a good heart? Sam says that Amanda has a point. In the commentary, Amanda says the whole time that she's known Sam, she has never had a date, and she needs to get out there more. Sam says that she has her fears when it comes to dating. She says that if she was to be laying in bed with her partner, she would have to face the other way because she doesn't like morning breath. And she feels that way about laying in bed with anyone. Amanda says maybe Sam should talk to someone about that issue. In the commentary, Sam says that her intimacy issues have gotten worse, and it's gotten in the way of her dating, or trying to date. She does want to find someone, and even though the thought of therapy makes her cringe, she knows that it helped Amanda and Money. She just needs to suck it up and give it a try. Nino tells Sam that he supports her 100%, and if therapy is what she needs, he will back her up. Next, Juicy, Sam, and Abira go on a craft date where they learn to make bracelets. Tanya apologizes to Juicy for missing her magazine event, and she asks how it went. Abira asks, what magazine event? Abira says that it would have been a great place for her to network since she's new to Atlanta, making music, and Juicy is her manager. In the commentary, Juicy says one of the things that she loves about Abira is her drive, but she needs to set some boundaries with her. She knows that she's her manager, but it's not like everything she does is about her. Juicy says that she has a breast cancer event which will be hosted by the rapper Diamond, and she will be handing out some awards for the breast cancer survivors. Juicy asks Abira if she'd like to go. Abira says that she will be there, and she appreciates Juicy inviting her. Then, Juicy asks Tanya and Abira if they've done self-breast examinations before. Abira says that she's not. Juicy says that she's getting a mammogram soon, and she asks Abira if she wants to go with her. Abira says that she would like to go so she can know when to start getting examined. Andrea has an appointment with her OBGYN. Amanda goes with her for support. Andrea tells the nurse that she's been having contractions. The doctor comes in to see Andrea. He measures Andrea's stomach and listens to the baby's heartbeat. The doctor says that Andrea needs progesterone, which will help keep the baby in. He says that usually contractions happen around 26 weeks in the pregnancy, but Andrea is having them while she's only 22 weeks along, and that makes him nervous. Next, Sam goes to therapy. Money goes with her for support. Sam asks Money if therapy was easy for her. Money says not at first. Then Sam goes in and sits down with the therapist, Elaine. Elaine asks Sam what's been going on with her. Sam says that it's her love life. She says that when she was younger, not a lot of people took interest in her, and she took that very hard. And when she got older, the role switched. She was the one who didn't care anymore and was pushing people away because she had been played for so long, and she felt like it was her turn to be mean, and she hated that she wanted that revenge. And now she's lonely. Elaine says it sounds like Sam has a lot of hurt. She basically says that Sam feels the need to pull away even if someone is really nice to her. Sam says yes, because you never know if it's going to change or if someone doesn't want to be with you. Elaine says that people develop certain coping mechanisms to deal with things that they are not comfortable with, and they keep using those until they discover that they are not working. Because it means Sam isn't getting what she wants, which is a relationship and someone to care about her. Sam begins to cry a little bit. Elaine asks Sam what would it take for her to really give herself an opportunity. Elaine suggests that Sam should get to know somebody new, but just as a friend. In the commentary, Sam says that she does want a boyfriend, so maybe creating a relationship with a guy as a friend will help her open up and she won't be afraid anymore. Elaine says she hopes that Sam takes chances. Sam said that she will take Elaine's advice and allow herself to open up to people. In the next scene, Juicy goes to get her mammogram. Abira goes with her. Then Juicy has her mammogram, and Abira waits in the lobby. One of the nurses asks Abira if she's having a mammogram. Abira says no. Then the nurse asks if Abira has been doing herself breast exams. Abira says she doesn't know how to do one. Then the nurse asks Abira if she would like to know. Abira says yes. Then the nurse comes out with a little tray that has a few fake breasts on it. So the nurse takes one of the fake breasts and shows Abira how she should examine herself. Then Abira takes one of the breasts and examines it, and she's basically having a good time, Then Juicy gets done with her mammogram and goes into the lobby. The doctor meets with Juicy in the lobby and shows her x-rays of her breasts. He says that on her right breast, she has a normal amount of fibroglandular tissue. He says that there are these things called nodules that can be anything in the breast. They can be normal or they can be abnormal. He says in Juicy's right breast, she has a nodule. He says the density of the nodule is high, and what they will need to do is have a diagnostic test done on Juicy. Juicy asks when does she have to do that? The doctor says as soon as possible. He says that most likely what that nodule might represent is either a lymph node or a cyst, but however, it could be breast cancer. Next, the twins and Minnie go to the park with Andrea's dogs. Minnie asks Andrea how she's been feeling. Andrea says she went to the doctor and the doctor put her on shots. She says that she's worried about the baby being born too early at 28 weeks and having complications. Amanda says that she's been telling Andrea that she just needs to take it easy. Andrea says that she and Chris were not planning to have another baby, and it just happened. She says that she doesn't even know if she can handle having another baby. She says that it's bad enough that her parents have both of her kids at the moment. She says her son Andre is there because of his medical reasons, and Aubrey is there because of Andrea's medical reasons. In the commentary, Andrea says since she's having contractions early and Chris is always working, they had to ask her parents if Aubrey could stay with them for a little while. Even though it's temporary, it sucks that Aubrey is not with them. Andrea says that she's not ready to have another baby. She said that she doesn't want anybody to feel like she's just having babies for her parents to take care of them. Minnie tells Andrea that her kids are with her grandparents for a reason, and it's not like she's just dropping them off like it's nothing. Andrea says that she will just have to see how things go. And then, Andrea has another contraction. Sam invites all the ladies over to her apartment for a slumber party. Andrea is not there, probably because of her contractions. Money asks the ladies what game should they play. Minnie suggests that they play Never Have I Ever. And this is how you play the game. If someone says, never have I ever done such and such, and you've never done it, don't take a drink. But if you have done it, you take a drink. And the first question that is asked is, never have I ever kissed a girl. Then Tanya's the only one who takes a drink. Then some more, provocative questions are asked. And then Sam asks the ladies what else should they play. Abira says that she has a suggestion. It's not a game, but she thinks that they should discuss something. She says that Juicy invited her to go get her mammogram, and she learned how to do self-breast exams. Sam asks Juicy how her mammogram went. Juicy says that she has to go and have a follow-up appointment. She has some tissue that could be cancer. Money asks if the doctor said it's common. Juicy says he couldn't say, so that's why she's getting an ultrasound in her breast to make sure that it's not cancer. Juicy says it's nothing to be scared of. It's just something they all need to be cautious of, because you don't want to follow up and find out that you waited too late. And one of the ladies tells Juicy to take it easy. Later, Sam invites Minnie and Money over to her house. She was thinking about her therapist's advice about becoming friends with a guy, and she says that she's interested in somebody. She tells Minnie and Money that she needs some advice from them. She says that they have been pressuring her to meet a guy, and she met somebody from New Jersey that she's known for a while, and she would always see him at parties. She says he would look at her from across the room. Recently, he direct messaged her, but she's still a little nervous. Money tells Sam that she needs to talk to him. Sam says that she doesn't know about that. Money says if he hit her up, then that means he likes her. Sam says that she's scared. Money tells Sam to go for it. Money says if she hadn't clicked on that message from Moreland on that online dating site, they would have never dated and they would have never gotten married. She says sometimes Sam can overthink things. Then Sam says maybe she will call him that night after Money and Minnie leave. Then Money and Minnie insist that Sam calls the guy while they're there. So Sam calls Michael, that's his name, and he picks up. Sam is just nervous. So she says, "Hey, it's Sam," and then she asks Michael if he remembers her. Michael says, "Of course." Sam tells Michael that she's calling him because he hit her up on social media and she thought, why not give it a shot? She told Michael to tell her about himself. Michael asks Sam what does she want to know. Sam asks Michael if he has a job. Then Michael says that he works at a grocery store. And Sam asks him if he's a family man and if he has a girlfriend. Then Michael starts laughing a little bit. Then Michael asks Sam if she's there alone. Then Sam lies and says that it's just her there. Sam asks Michael a serious question. She asks him if he has ever dated a little person before. Michael says no, but Sam caught his eye. In the commentary, Sam says that call is going surprisingly well, maybe too well, and she's starting to wonder what the catch is. Sam tells Michael maybe they can meet up when she goes to Jersey for the holidays. Michael says, of course, and they can talk next week. Sam says it's a date. She tells Michael goodbye and hangs up. Then Money and Minnie cheer for Sam. Sam says it wasn't bad as she thought it would be. Oh my gosh, I swear Sam has the juice when it comes to talking to guys. Like, wow, that really went really well. At first she was nervous, but just went smooth as silk. Hope things go well with them. We will probably find out in a couple more episodes. Juicy goes to her follow-up appointment. Money goes with her for support. Juicy is nervous. Money tells Juicy not to think negatively, and no matter what happens, she'll be there for her. Then, Juicy gets her ultrasound on her breast. The doctor comes in and looks at the ultrasound. He tells Juicy that there are different types of cysts, complex and simple. He says that Juicy's cyst is complex, and statistically speaking, very few of those complex cysts turn into cancer. The doctor says they should keep an eye on it. It's benign, and he feels confident that when she returns to the doctor, that the cyst will look the same. Juicy is relieved, and so is Money. It's good to go to the doctor, y'all. Like, really. If you go to the doctor and there is something wrong, they can find it and they can, treat it before, it gets worse. It's good that Juicy went to the doctor, and I love it how Abira and Money and basically all the ladies were really supportive of her. It's good to see the ladies supporting each other and being there for each other. All the ladies, except for Andrea, go to the breast cancer research charity event that Juicy will be a part of. All the ladies meet the female rapper, Diamond, who is the host of the charity event. Then some of the co-hosts thank Juicy for being there to hand out awards at the event that night. Then Abira tells Diamond that she's a big fan of her, and she's trying to perform that night too. Then the co-hosts ask Abira if she's lit. Then Juicy tells Abira that there's a time and a place for that. Then the award ceremony begins. Juicy hands out plaques for the breast cancer survivors. And then Abira gets on stage so she can perform. Then she says, "Hey everybody, it's Lil V. I didn't come prepared tonight, so y'all give me a beat." So everybody starts clapping so Abira can have a little beat to rap to. She drops some bars and then gets off stage. And the crowd likes it. And then Juicy asks Abira to talk to her outside. Juicy tells Abira that she's glad that she can make it to that event that night, and the whole purpose of her being there was to network with people. And she had a problem with Abira trying to perform there when she was not booked for that event. Abira says that she wanted to be heard, and as a manager, Juicy should understand that. Juicy says that there's a time and a place for everything. She put a manager in a position to make those judgment calls, not for her to make them on her own. And maybe they're not on the same level on where they want to take her career. She said that she's serious about her music and it's her passion, and she does not go lightly about it. And she feels like Juicy is taking it lightly because she's concerned about what she has going on for herself, and maybe what she has going on is a little too much for her. Abira says if Juicy is not going to ride with her the way she needs to, Juicy's not going to ride with her at all. She says that Juicy is managing herself and she needs to manage Lil V. Juicy says that she isn't managing herself. Juicy tells Abira that she needs to calm down because she's not going to talk to her like that. Abira asks Juicy why wouldn't she want to show her talent to Diamond. Juicy says that she feels like Abira has one opportunity to wow someone, Abira says, why not grab the opportunity while she was there? Juicy says that she knows Diamond on a personal level, so she will have the opportunity to see her again. Abira asks Juicy why didn't she invite her to the Sheen magazine event. Juicy says that it wasn't her event, and the people there were not in the music industry. Abira says it doesn't matter, because it's entertainment. Juicy says yes it does, and people who are in the music industry were at that event that night. Abira says that wherever she goes, she wants to be lit, talk to people, and perform. Juicy says whatever, and nobody has time for Abira if she's thinking that way. Then Abira says, oh well, and she wanted to rock it out, and Juicy wasn't bringing that. She says that she doesn't have to worry about her because she has her own ride home and she's going to party with the rest of the ladies. Juicy said that she doesn't need Abira's permission to go. Then Abira goes back inside of the venue. You know what? Abira's presentation that night, on stage was kind of sloppy, kind of messy. Well, it was a little messy because she was unprepared. She could have at least, had a beat on her phone that she could rap to instead of just having everybody clap. And she should have just stayed humble because that event was about the breast cancer survivors getting awards, And yes, even though Diamond and maybe another person was probably performing that night, she should have just chilled. Yes, it's good that Abira has drive, but like Juicy said, that was not the time or the place. And it's not all about her. In the final scene of the episode, Andrea goes to the OBGYN. Amanda goes with her. Andrea says that her contractions are getting closer, so she made a doctor's appointment to see what's going on. In the exam room, Andrea gets another contraction. The tech listens to the baby's heartbeat. Amanda is worried, but she tries to hide her feelings. While waiting for the doctor, Andrea tells Amanda that she doesn't think that she's going to keep the baby in any longer. Amanda tells Andrea not to think that way. The doctor enters. The doctor says that Andrea is having contractions and they're coming as close as 5 minutes. He says if Andrea wants to go into labor at that point in her pregnancy, the baby's survival rate is not high. He says the baby will either not make it or will have serious problems. He says he thinks that Andrea will have to go to the hospital. He says they will put her on some medicine that will stop her contractions and hopefully mature the baby's brain and lungs. The doctor leaves the room and the twins just start to cry. And that's the end of the episode. Wow, look what Andrea has herself into. She's just always stressed about something, She's either stressed about Chris or stressed about her kids. One or the other. In this series I've noticed. Now she's about to have another kid. Hopefully this child does not have any complications. And I bet that's really scary for her, The baby could possibly, come out premature and maybe not even make it because, they're too young to be born. Well, we'll see what happens next time. Next time on Little Women Atlanta, Juicy shows Money her new house, but Money has some negative things to say about it. Devon tells Sam that he wants to propose to Tanya. Tanya says that Devon got mad at her because she had Nico go with her and the kids to look at houses. Tanya asks Devon if he loves her, and Devon says he doesn't know. Andrea says that she's not ready for another baby, and she thinks that it would be right to put her baby up for adoption. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Follow me on Twitter at @ILUMoreThanThis. Follow me on Instagram at Taurus_charm. Subscribe to my channel. If you have subscribed, turn on my notifications. Please help me reach 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 total viewing hours so I can continue to be eligible for monetization on my channel. In this very video, I am not making a penny off of it because I can't have my videos monetized because I don't have enough viewing hours and I do not have 1,000 subscribers. Please subscribe because one day I do hope to make an income off of making YouTube videos. Love to do this. Why not get paid for it? It's not like I've made serious money off of this channel. Do you guys want to know what I could buy with the money that I made off of this channel? I could buy a deluxe meal at Burger King. That's how much I've made, I'm kind of entertaining to watch, and watch and listen to. So, subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.